All right, welcome to Sinbin Stream. Major League Baseball action here between the Chicago White Sox at the New York Mets. Mets took game 1 and 2 Monday and Tuesday. Sox trying to avoid a sweep before a travel day on Thursday, and they head to Baltimore to take on the Orioles. Late lineup change for the Sox. Looks like Palacios was a late scratch. So Kiro DHs and they moved Talkman to right field. Looks like MLB finally made that change because they hadn't initially. Whoa. Sorry about that. Just bumped the camera. Hopefully that looks all right. All right. Sox lost 6-4 last night. They got 2 in the first on a 2-run homer by Vargas. Then Jonathan Cannon, the Sox starter, gave up 2-run homers in the first. Mets added a run to make it 5-2. Sox got it to within 5-4, but then gave another run up in the bottom of the 8th before falling 6-4. All right. Hopefully they can get this game in before the rain hits New York. All right, just about set. Couple minutes till first pitch. All right. Just about set. Check the audio. We're good. All right. Check the Mets defense real quick here. Whoops. Hold on. What the heck? Why is it showing the Sox? That's not right. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Stop. Play. There we go. Sox lineup: Mydroth, Talkman, Vargas, Benintendi, Sosa, Kiro, DH, Lee, catcher, Rojas, Taylor. Mets defense: Nimmo, Taylor, Soto in the outfield, Beatty, Lindor, McNeil, Alonso the infield, Canning to Torrens the battery, Griffin Tanning, 10 starts, 50 innings pitched, 2.88 ERA, 47 strikeouts, 21 walks. All right, hopefully everybody's having a good Wednesday. Happy hump day. Should be just about set. Hopefully the weather holds and we get this game in. And once again, nope, I already switched to the Sox defense. Nimmo, Taylor, Soto, outfield, infield, Beatty, Lindor, McNeil, Alonso, Torrens the catcher, and of course Canning on the bump for the Mets. 66 degrees, 39% humidity, 10 to 15 mile per hour out to left, looks like it said. Tom Hannon, 53rd game since 2023, calls most strikes away to righties. Hitter friendly, it says on the scouting report for the umpire. All right, Chase Mydroth steps in to lead off the game for the Sox. Shortstop hitting .292. First pitch on the way. Four seam. Just caught the outside edge of the plate. Strike one. All right. 0-1 pitch. Slider in there taken. 87 miles per hour. Strike two. Sox are in their black, alternate jerseys again. They were last night. Mets wearing the white unis with the blue pinstripes. Here's the 0-2. Fouled off a 93 mile per hour four seam on the outside edge. Still 0-2. All right, we'll do the 0-2 again. Canning delivers. Changeup on the ground to short. Lindor up with it over to Alonso in time. First batter, the leadoff hitter, is retired. One out. Yeah, Lindor on the 6-3 ground out. Alonso assist Lindor, put out Alonso. That'll bring up Tauchman, the left-handed hitting right fielder today. 94 mile per hour four seam taken, strike one. Canning delivers. Slider looked like it might have fouled off his leg or foot. 0-2. Tauchman hitting .308 on the season. .878 OPS. He just came off the disabled list, I think, last week. He calls time, steps out of the box, will reset. Taps the plate. We're set. Canning in his windup, the delivery. Four seam fouled off. Staying alive. 0-2 still. I need to adjust my monitor. Needed to move it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. 0-2 pitch, slider up in the zone, fouled off. 86 miles per hour. We'll do it again. Yeah. All right, in the windup, Canning misses changeup low, 90 miles per hour, ball one. Canning wears number 46 for the Mets. Here's the 1-2. Changeup way outside, ball two, 90 miles per hour again. All right, 2-2 pitch on its way, low, taken, ball three, four seam, 96. Low, just maybe a hair inside as well. Full count with one out here in the top of the first, nobody on, second hitter of the game. And a changeup low and inside taken for ball four. Sox get a one out walk here in the top of the first. That'll bring up Vargas, who hit a 354-foot home run to left to give the Sox the 2-0 lead last night. Four seam, low and outside, ball one, 94 miles per hour. Highest slugging since April 23rd. Vargas has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th in the lead at 605. He's been hot, especially since the Cubs series. He had 3 home runs in that 3-game series. Slider misses low and a little bit outside. Ball 2. All right, 2-0 to Vargas. Outside, four seam. Ball 3, 94 miles per hour. Vargas is 3 for 9 this series. And 244 average on the season. 8 home runs, 26 RBI. Here's the 3-0. Four seam. Oh, he wanted ball 4. Was going to take off the shin guard. Instead, it's a strike on the outside edge of the plate. It looked outside. All right, right-handed pitcher against right-handed hitter. 3-1 count. 1 out, 1 on. Benintendi, the left fielder today, on deck. Four seam fouled off. Strike 2. 95. Out of play on the right field side. Stands. All right, 1 out, 1 on. Full count. Runner at first. That is Talkman, who drew a walk with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Four seam fouled off again. 94. Still 3-2 count. All right, Vargas in the right-handed batter's box. Canning is set. Throws to first. Not in time. Talkman slides in head first safely. All right. Still 3-2. Canning is set. Here's the pitch. Four seam, line to left. One hops the wall in the corner. Left fielder scoops it up. Talkman needs to hustle into third. And safe at second with a stand-up double is Vargas. So Sox have 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. 15th double for Vargas. Just turned on that pitch, lined it down the left field near the line. One hopped it off the wall. It hit the warning track and then hit the wall. So he had a 3-0 count. It went full. He fouled off a couple pitches, staying alive, and then he lines a double down the left field. Left-handed hitting Benintendi is up for the Sox. Hits a changeup into right center. That's going to score 1, maybe 2. Or did Vargas hold? No, they both scored. They did not. They just showed Vargas crossing the plate. I'm dealt, got to deal with the hand I'm dealt here. I can't. All right, that makes 2 runs on 2 hits for the Sox and a walk. So Benintendi gets a 2 RBI single here, top of the first. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Sox. The 1 out walk scores. So does the double. All right, all the boards are up to date. Here we go. All right, I don't know what the delay is. Did they go for a mound visit? I mean, Sosa, the right-handed hitting second baseman, is up 271 average. 0 for 8 in this series, though. Canning delivers. Slider. I thought it caught the bottom of the strike zone, but it's taken. Ball 1. Looked like a strike to me. All right, again, righty versus righty. Canning is set. Here's the pitch. Bounces a slider. 2-0. Get this fresh baseball out there to Canning. Curo, the switch hitting designated hitter, is on deck. I got to figure out what was wrong with Palacios. He got scratched late. Four seam in the air to center, back at the track, and caught over his head. And is that enough for the runner to tag from first to second? I guess not. At any rate, 2 away. Deep drive to center, but under it for out number 2. That was the center fielder, Taylor, for the Mets, number 15. Yeah, and once again today, Luis Robert Jr. on the bench. He did pinch hit. So if Palacios is hurt, they got Slater and Capra and Robert Jr., and that's it. Changeup fouled off, strike 1. Again, Curo, the switch hitting catcher, but he's playing DH today. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, runner at first. Fouls off a knuckle curve, maybe off his leg, strike 2. 25 pitches already thus far for Canning. Let me pivot the... Oh, let's go that way. There we go. A little better. All right, 0-2 pitch. Canning is set. Here's the windup. Changeup outside 89. Ball 1. Whoops. Did I just tap a key on accident? All right. 1-2 pitch. Four seam upstairs 94 evens the count 2-2. So a 1-out walk by Tauchman, a double by Vargas, and a single by Benintendi. Sosa flew out for the second out. Throw to first, not in time. Benintendi back. Yeah, I think Mydroth grounded out. I think it was short to first. Tauchman walk. Vargas double to left. Benintendi single to right center. Sosa flew out to center. Swung on and missed on a four-seam. That'll end the inning, but not before the Sox pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1. We head to the bottom of the first. Mets trailing 2-0, coming up for the first time. And if you're new here, here's my socials. I'm also on Blue Sky. I just don't have it on this graphic. But yeah, you can, if you want to follow or reach out or comment, you can put it in the live comments during the game or post it, after the game in the comment section. Always looking for feedback. So if you're new, please click the like button if you like what we do here on the video, and also consider hitting the subscribe button to Simbin Stream. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm. But thank you for your views. That helps as well. Thank you for your support. All right, so I'm also on Kick and Twitch, Sinbin Stream. Again, Blue Sky and X, Sinbin Stream, and at Sinbin Stream on YouTube. So coming up for the Mets, it'll be Lindor, the switch-hitting shortstop, followed by Nimmo, the left fielder, and Soto, the right fielder. Same 3 or 4 batters, I think, as last night, too. I don't think they had any changes today for the Mets other than this. All right, yep, here's their lineup. Lindor, Nimmo, Soto, Alonso, Beatty, Vientos, McNeil, Torrens, Taylor. So Vientos is the designated hitter. Here's the Sox defense as we get ready for the bottom of the first. Benintendi in left, Taylor, Talkman. That's the outfield. Infield, Rojas, Mydroth, Sosa, Vargas, Shane Smith to lead the battery. 94 mile per hour, four-seam fastball taken, strike one. Four-seam, changeup, slider, curveball, sinker for Shane Smith. Swung on and missed 81 miles per hour on a sinker that just died inside. 0-2 the count. Four seam way up high, taking ball one. Lindor 3 for 9 this series, 275 average on the year, 10 homers, 31 RBI. Swung on and missed on an inside curveball for strike three. Leadoff strikeout for the Mets, and Shane Smith gets the first out. Wicked pitch inside. Just the bottom dropped out of it. All right. That'll bring up Nimmo, the left fielder, a left-handed hitter. Right-handed Shane Smith, number 64, delivers. Four-seam taken, strike one, 96 miles per hour. All right, here's he bounces a curve inside, evens the count, 1-1. Nimmo hitting 218. He has a 676 OPS. Here's the 1-1. Way outside, a little high. Ball two, 96 miles per hour. All right, Smith is finally set. 1 second on the pitch clock. Four seam, 95, fouled off. 2-2. Yeah, this series has been much slower than the other games in the month of May for the Sox. Some Sox and Mets pitchers, I guess, are taking their time. Curveball into left for a single. Benintendi has it. He throws to second. 1 out single for the Mets. First hit of the game for the New York Mets. All right, again, here's the Sox defense. I'll double check. Benintendi, Taylor, Talkman, infield, Rojas, Mydroth, Sosa, Vargas, Shane Smith to lead the battery. Curo, the designated hitter. They scratched Palacios late, so Talkman played right. I think he was going to DH today. Changeup misses outside, 90 miles per hour, ball one. Juan Soto 0 for 6 this series. He's 228 average, 8 home runs, 25 RBIs on the season. RBI. Here's the 1-0. Shane Smith delivers. Sinker past the mound. Third baseman looked at second, but throws to Vargas at first for out number 2. The runner moves up on the 5-3 ground out. So that was Rojas throwing to Vargas on the 5-3 ground out. The runner, Nimmo moved to second. That'll bring up the right-handed hitting Pete Alonso, 2 for 7 on the series, 291 average on the season. Nimmo at second, 2 outs. Smith is set. Here's the delivery. Oh, sinker inside. I think, yep, he hit him. 2 on, 2 out. That'll bring up Beatty, the third baseman. He's hitting 250 on the season. Pitch just got away from him. I don't know if it caught his elbow or got him in the ribs. Here's another replay. Yeah, I think it got him in the ribs. I think it missed his elbow. Wow. Yeah, he couldn't get out of the way in time. He turned away from the mound, but caught him in the chest or ribs. Unless it got his hand. I don't know. He's shooken up. The trainer's coming out to have a look, so we'll have a delay. Hopefully he's all right. He's one of the rare, right? I don't know, but he doesn't have any, elbow protection or anything on his arms. That was just couldn't get out of the way. It was way inside and pretty fast, so it's not like he was just intending to take one for the team and get on. He's shaking his left hand. Maybe it did catch him somewhere on the arm, and he's got like tingling of the hand. Looks like he's going to stay in and run for himself at first base. Here, yeah, I guess it got him on the elbow. I think it got him on the elbow and in the ribs because it didn't go straight down. Might have caught him on the leg going down. All right. They didn't like frame by frame it. It was hard for me to pick up. All right, we got a left-handed batter. Swung on and missed on a low changeup. That's Beatty, the third baseman. 2 for 8 for the series, 250 average on the year, 6 home runs, 17 RBI. If he reaches Vientos, the DH is on deck. Shane Smith checks the runner. Here's the 0-1. Fouled off a changeup off his leg. 0-2. 91 on the changeup. All right, come on, Shane. Let's get out of this here. So there's 2 outs. Mets got a single and moved the runner over with a ground out. And then, with 1 out, they got a single, moved the runner over on a ground out, then a hit by pitch. So 2 on, 2 out. 0-2 pitch on the way. Bounces a changeup, 1-2, 91 miles per hour. Good stop by Lee, the catcher. He just came off the DL, I think, yesterday. The Sox traded Theis, their other catcher. They still have Curo, and he's a DH today. Shane Smith is set. 1-2 pitch on its way. Outside, 96 miles per hour. 4-seam fastball. Misses to even the count. 2-2. 2-0 Sox. Bottom of the first. 2 on, 2 out. 2-2 count. To the 5th hitter in the Mets lineup. Smith delivers. Low inside. Changeup. Full count. 91 miles per hour. Oh, boy. Don't walk him. All right. Beatty is ready. Smith is set. Wind up. Full count pitch. 4-seam inside. Fouled off. Still 3-2. 95 miles per hour. Inside, but he was protecting the plate. Could have been ball 4 if he had taken. But it had late movement, I think, inside. All right. Full count. Smith is set. Wind up. Delivery. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 97 mile per hour fastball on the outside edge of the plate. They get a run. Leave 2. We're headed to the top of the second. Sox coming to bat with a 2-0 lead. What a pitch by Shane Smith there. Let's check out the other scores in the afternoon. Do a quick refresh here. Okay, in Cleveland, the Guardians up 1-0 on the Dodgers. They're about set to come to the bat for their at-bats in the bottom of the second. Same. Tigers down 1-0. Giants just got one in the top of the second. Tigers trail as they come to bat in the bottom of the second. All right, heading to the bottom of the second. Rays at home, tied with the Twins 0-0. In Milwaukee, Red Sox batting top of the second, still no score. Coming up in like 35 minutes, Athletics or A's at Astros. And more afternoon action. Pirates at D-backs. In a little over 2 hours. Then the last afternoon game, Marlins at Padres. Later tonight, well, afternoon Central Time, Cardinals at Orioles, Braves at Phillies. Then tonight, Reds at Royals, Rockies at Cubs, Blue Jays in Texas to take on the Rangers, Yankees at Angels, Nats at Mariners. And the full slate of Wednesday games. All right, that'll bring up Corey Lee here in the top of the second. Quick reminder of what we've got on tap here on Sinbin Stream for later this week. All right, Lee, the right-hander against the right-handed pitcher, four-seam upstairs, ball one. Lee, the catcher, hitting .333, 879 OPS. He just got off in 9 games, 1 RBI. Four-seam, outside edge of the plate. Wait a minute. It's 1-1. I thought that was a strike. Did I? Oh, I think I said strike one instead of ball one. My bad. Slider on the ground, behind the bag at third, over to first. Whoa, safe. The throw drew him off the bag towards the Mets dugout. So I was about to say in time, but the throw was a little bit wild and off the mark. Let's see if that's a hit or a throwing error. Good stop. Throw was a little high. Yeah, I think it was high. I think that's going to be an error. Good throw. He gets him. Alonso did a good job of stopping the ball, and then he tried to make a swipe tag because he was off the bag, but Lee was in there. I'm thinking, yeah, E5 on the throw. That's what I thought. Okay, runner on first. Nobody out. That'll bring up Rojas, who's hitting eighth, 154 average. He had a hit yesterday. Curveball outside, ball one. Oops, just did a typo. Okay, E for the Mets. Changeup. I think it was a called strike. I don't think he swung 1-1. Changeup. It got the bottom edge of the strike zone. All right, one on, nobody out on the throwing error by the third baseman. Changeup on the ground to second, bobbled the toss, and he's safe, not in time. Could be another error here on the Mets as the infield is booting the ball. And it looks like they might be on the phone already to the bullpen. Maybe they have an off day tomorrow as well, like the Sox. So Rojas grounded to second. The second baseman had it backhanded, but it came out of his glove by the time he recovered and tossed the shortstop Lindor. The runner was already coming up on his slide, Lee. I got to imagine that's another error. That'll bring up Taylor, the center fielder, hitting ninth. He's got a 196 average on the season. He shows bunt, and he fouls it off. 0-1. So nobody out in the top of the second. 2 runners. They still haven't indicated. That's got to be an error. Or I guess a failed fielder's choice. Maybe they didn't assume. Okay, I guess it could be a failed fielder's choice. Maybe they cut the second baseman some slack, McNeil. But Beatty had a throwing error. Nope, it says there. Okay, they finally updated. So 2 errors. One on the third baseman, one on the second baseman. Slider taken, strike 2. I don't know. Taylor maybe thought that was a little outside. But it's 0-2. 2 errors on the inning, 2 base runners for the Sox, nobody out. High throw by the third baseman and a fielding error on the second baseman. on what looked to be a possible tailor-made double play, but at least a force out of the lead runner, but he was late after he bobbled the ball. Righty against righty. Canning checks the runner, delivers, swung on and missed, couldn't check his swing. Strike 3 on a changeup inside. 1 out, 2 on as we head back to the top of the order. Chase Mydroth. Ooh, sparse crowd today, probably because they moved the start time up 6 hours and because of the dicey weather. Looked like the upper deck was empty from this one shot. Slider, ooh, yeah, just caught the top of the strike zone, taken strike 1. Ground out in first. He grounded out to short, Mydroth. 289 average, 1 home run, 5 RBI. Slider. Was that a ball? It was in the strike zone. 1-1. Should be 0-2. Instead, it's 1-1. I don't get these strike zones. Mydroth had a 12-game hitting streak in May. Changeup misses inside. 2-1. 90 miles per hour. All right, 2-1. Here's the pitch. Curveball in the air to left, but gonna be out of play. Short and about 5 rows into the stands on the left field line. 2-2 count. 1 out, 2 on. 2 errors by the Mets infield in the top of the second. Mydroth, the right-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher, Canning. Canning checks the runner, Lee, at second. Here's the windup. Nope, he steps off, fakes a throw to second. We'll reset. All right, Lee reached on an error. Rojas reached on an error. Taylor struck out. 1 out here, top of the second. Mydroth fouls off a changeup, 89. A little low. We'll do it again, 2-2. All right. Canning checks the runner at second. Wind up, delivery, curve, knuckle curve in the air to center. Center fielder is under it. Makes the catch for out number 2. Lee tags and goes to third. Sox have runners at the corners, but there's 2 outs now. That'll bring up Tauchman, the right fielder. He walked and scored a run in the first inning. A 1-out walk by Tauchman, then a double by Vargas, and then a 2-run single by Benintendi. It's 2-0 Sox with 2 outs in the top of the second. And the second place hitter in the lineup. 308 average, 1 home run, I think 2 RBI. He's been back a little over a week after injury. Lefty hitter, righty pitcher Canning. Delivers, slider outside, 87 miles per hour, ball 1. Oh, okay. Here's the 1-0. 4-seam in the air to right. Is it fair? It is. That'll score at least 1. Lee scores. And they wave around. Yes, Rojas scores as well. 4-0 Sox. A 2-out, 2-run double for Tauchman. And the Sox have the early 4-0 lead. And now they have another runner in scoring position. They've been terrible with runners in scoring position the last week or so. Just lined one down or down the line. I can't tell if it one-hopped the wall or hit the wall on a fly. Relay throw, not in time. Rojas beat the throw. I got to catch up my box score. Slider misses low for ball 1. So how many hits for the Sox? 3. Two in the first, 2 in the second for the Sox. Still hitting. Slider outside, 2-0. Faked a throw to second to get Tauchman. All right, this is Vargas. Again, he had a double and scored a run in the first inning. Already batting for the second time in the second. Four-seam misses outside. He's 3-0. Benintendi, the left fielder, is on deck. Again, 1-for-1 with a 2 RBI single in the top of the first. 3-0. Canning checks the runner, Tauchman at second, and slider misses low, maybe a little outside, ball 4. 2 on, 2 out, 2 in, 4-0 Sox, top of the second. Benintendi comes to the plate. Another runner in scoring position. Canning already 49 pitches this afternoon. All right, 1-for-1, 2-run single in first, 223 average on the season, and 678 OPS. Right-hander versus left-handed batter. Here's the pitch by Canning. Oh, knuckle curve, a beauty. Catches the top of the zone for strike 1. That was pitch number 50 for Canning. Benintendi wearing number 23 for the White Sox. All right, Canning looking at Tauchman at second. Throws to second, not in time. Tauchman back. He steps on the bag, stands to his feet. Lindor having a laugh with him. He's playing behind the second base bag. Now he goes to hold him on again. All right, Canning looks. Here's the pitch. Bounces a slider inside. Evens the count. 1-1. Get a new baseball out there. All right, if Benintendi reaches, Sosa is on deck. The second baseman's 0-for-1 today. So that run will be unearned, I imagine. Yeah, 2 unearned runs for the Sox this inning because of 2 errors on the infield by the Mets. Low on a four-seam, 94, 2-1. Yeah, his defense let him down. High throw from the third baseman. Then a bobbled fielding attempt at second. That put 2 on for the Sox. Changeup. I guess it caught the inside corner. It looked low. Evens the count, 2-2. Benintendi wasn't sure. I didn't like that call either. It was below the line. All right, Canning looks at Tauchman again. 2-2 on the way. Curveball, low and inside. Full count. 2 outs. Runners will have a lead. Get to take off after the delivery of the pitch. Canning delivers. Swung on and missed a changeup low. Probably would have been ball 4. But the Sox picked up 2 runs again in the second, as they did in the first, to lead 4-0. Mets coming to bat, bottom of the second. So 2 unearned runs on the 2 fielding errors by the Mets. So 4-3-0 for the Sox. 0-1-2 for the Mets. Sox have 2 doubles, Vargas and Tauchman. Tauchman has 2 RBIs. Benintendi has 2 RBIs. Tauchman and Vargas, the run scored. Lee and Rojas when they reached on error. So that means the line on Canning is 2 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, only 2 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Smith about to work his second inning. Let's check in on the other scores. In Cleveland, Guardians batting bottom of the third and leading 1-0. In Detroit, Giants up 1-0. Tigers batting bottom of the third. Rays at home, tied with the Twins. Rays batting bottom of the third, no score, 0-0. In Milwaukee, the Red Sox got a run in the second. Brewers coming to bat, or already batting bottom second. And the rest of the games later. A's Astros coming up in 20 minutes. All right, and here's a reminder what's coming up here. This week on Sinbin Stream, tomorrow night, Dallas Wings come to town to take on the Chicago Sky. I'll have that on local Chicago area television. If you have Amazon Prime, that game will be available to you there. Then we got more WNBA Friday night. Ball one inside, misses on a sinker. The batter is Vientos, the DH. Friday night, Ion doubleheader, WNBA, then more Sox on Sunday and Monday, and the Sky Saturday night. Strike one called. All right, right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher, sinker 95, taken, strike two. Vientos 236 on the season, 682 OPS. Shane Smith thrown 22 pitches, 1-2 pitch coming up. Leadoff hitter in the bottom of the second. Swung on and missed, four seam for strike three, 96, I believe. Leadoff batter in the second strikes out. Lee is catching Shane Smith for the first time since April 1st. The graphic just showed. All right, that'll bring up McNeil, the second baseman. Four seam upstairs and way outside. Ball one. 95 miles per hour. McNeil made one of the two errors in the top of the second, which scored. Curveball outside, 81, ball two. Torrens, the catcher, is on deck. Taylor, the center fielder and hitting ninth, is in the hole. One out, bottom of the second. Fouled off a four seam, just foul down the right field line. Hits the wall. Bat person has to chase the ball, or the ball person. Okay, 2-1 pitch coming up with one out, bottom of the second. Shane Smith is set. Here it is. Change up low and outside, 91. Ball three. 3-1. All right, somebody must have called time. The pitch clock stopped at 4 and then they took it down. Must have been the batter. They're zeroed in on Shane Smith, so I didn't know. Okay, 3-1 pitch. Shane Smith is set. Here's the windup delivery. Fouls off a 97-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball upstairs in the zone. Full count now. All right, one out, nobody on. Second hitter here in the bottom of the second. Way outside and upstairs, ball four. Runner on, one out for the Mets. That'll bring up Torrens, the catcher. Taylor, the center fielder, is on deck now. Top of the order, Lindor in the hole. All right. They almost missed pitch one. It looks like it was high or way inside on a sinker, 1-0. They were showing some stats about his changeup. Lowest opponent's batting average versus changeups among starters, 104. All right, 1-0 pitch, four seam, way outside, 2-0. Come on. Smith, that was his first walk. He's only given up one hit. Oh, he hit a batter as well, though. All right, 2-0 count. He just came set at 3 seconds, but time must have been called. Man, this series has been slow. They are taking up like almost 3 hours each game so far. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Swung on and missed on a four seam, 95 miles per hour, strike one. Two one pitch. Wind up delivery. Four seam catches the outside edge of the plate. 95. Strike two. 33 pitches for Smith. One out, one on. 2-2 count. Trailing 4-0. Bottom of the second. The Mets right-handed hitter. Outside slider. Ball three. Full count. Oh my gosh. Full count. Two batters in a row here. I don't think Vientos on the strikeout was a full count. Smith is set. Here's the pitch. Four seam upstairs fouled straight back. We'll do it again. Still 3-2. Oh man, Smith is using almost the entire pitch clock. Ten seconds on the pitch clock. He comes set at 7, 6, 5. Here's the pitch. Low. That is ball four on a sinker. Two on, only one out after two consecutive walks. That'll bring up Taylor, the center fielder, batting ninth in the order. 248 average, 665 OPS. June 6th, Los White Sox, Mexican Heritage Jersey. First 15,000 fans that are 21 and over because it's presented by Modelo. They're showing a Sox fan in the stands with the white SOX white jersey with the over the blue and lined with red. Pitching coach comes to the mound. So does the lead, the catcher, and the umpire. Smith has thrown 36 pitches with only one out here in the bottom of the second. Sox have a 4-0 lead, but two base runners for the Mets here. All right, that brings the top of the order to the plate. I'm sorry, not yet. Taylor, ninth place hitter, my bad. 1 for 4 this series. Right-hander versus right-hander. McNeil at second. Here's the pitch. Sinker gets it on the outside, lower outside corner. Strike one. Taken. All right, Smith is set. Here's the pitch. Sinker on the ground to short. Meidroth to second. Over to first. Not in time. I thought he had him. So they get the lead runner, or one of the lead runners. They get a force out at second. Mets have runners at the corners with two outs. Meidroth fielded it nice. Got it to, is that Sosa? But the throw by Sosa to Vargas was not in time. Taylor too quick down the line. Had his head down, sprinted the whole way. Best case scenario, there was a tie. Now the leadoff hitter, Lindor, the switch hitter in the left-handed batter's box. Changeup fouled off. Yeah, not a Smith fielded it, but he had fouled it. Lindor had fouled it off his leg. All right, two outs, two on. 0-1 the count. Leadoff hitter in the lineup is up for the Mets here in the bottom of the second. Okay, come on, Smith. We got to work a little quicker here. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Wind up. Delivers. Four seam. Fouled off. Out of play. Past the tarp. Down the left field line. 0-2. All right. Two outs. 0-2 count. 40 pitches for Shane Smith. Five seconds on the pitch clock. Throw to first, not in time. Taylor back safely. Oh, boy. This game is 50 minutes old already, and we're still working in the bottom of the second. Jeepers. Here's the pitch. Way outside on a curve, 1-2. I don't remember Smith working this slowly in the other starts I've seen him do. Here's the 1-2. Changeup outside evens the count. 2-2. 91 miles per hour. Oh, boy. 5 seconds on the pitch clock. Here's the delivery. Four seam. Misses inside. Full count again. I don't know. This is at least 3 out of the last 4 hitters that have gone full count. Maybe 4 straight. 2 walks on the inning and a fielder's choice. 2 outs, 2 on. 4 seam in the air. Come on. There we go. Good camera work finally. Third baseman just in fair territory. Short left. Makes the catch to retire the side. They leave 2. We go to the top of the third. Still 4-0 White Sox. Whoops. This one. End of 2, 4-3-0, 0-1-2 for the teams. All right, quick break. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Looks like Sosa, the right-handed batter, is the leadoff hitter in the for the Sox on the top of their third. Takes a 4-seam, 92, strike 1. He's 0 for 1 with a line out in the first. 4 home runs, 16 RBIs, hitting 269. Changeup, 88, taken, strike 2. In the lower portion of the strike zone. All right, 0-2. Channing is set. Here's the windup. Way outside on a slider, 1-2. Slider into left for at least a single. That could be a double. Left fielder up with it, throws to second, not in time. Sosa slides into second with a leadoff double for the Sox. Hit number 4 on the afternoon for the Sox. Just turned on it and got it into left. Left fielders hustled after it, but not in time. That's Nimmo. Sosa hustled around first. Got in there with a slide. No tag. Changeup misses outside. Ball 1. The hitter is Curo. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's a catcher, but today he is DHing. Hits a knuckle curve, just foul, I believe, down the right field line. Couldn't see it. The stands obstructed my view. So 1-1, 61 pitches for Canning. He had 28 in the first, 27 in the second, 6 already here as he works in the bottom of the third. Trailing 4-0. 440-012. 440-012. All right. I don't know. Somebody must have called time. Now Canning is set. Checks Sosa at second. Still looking. Now delivers a cutter upstairs. 2-1. 90 miles per hour. Sosa having a laugh with Lindor at second. Now the shortstop's smiling. Show him too. All right, here's the pitch. Change up just outside. 3-1. Strikeout in the first for Curo. 262 average, no home runs, 10 RBI in the season. Canning set. 5 seconds on the pitch clock. Looks at Sosa, delivers. Oh, I thought that caught the inside corner. Instead, it's ball 4. 2 on, nobody out for the White Sox. Looked like a strike to me, but the ump calls it a ball. That'll bring up Lee, the catcher, who just got off the disabled list earlier this week. He is 0 for 1, but reached on an error and scored a run in the top of the second. Rojas, the third baseman, is on deck. Taylor, the center fielder, in the hole. So 7, 8, 9 coming up after a double and a walk to open the top of the third for the White Sox. A bunt down the first base line. Pitcher to first in time, but he does his job. 1 out, moves both runners into scoring position. Good sacrifice bunt by Lee, the catcher. Perfect bunt down the first base line, I should say. So G1-3 on the fielding. Assist to the pitcher, put out to the first baseman, Alonso. All right, Rojas up. Left-handed hitter. Change up. I guess just outside. Ball 1. Thought it caught the edge. 88 on the pitch. Miles per hour. 66 pitches for Canning. Rojas, same thing. 0 for 1, but reached on an error and scored in the top of the second, hitting 151. Oh, they're saying grounded into fielder's choice. That's not right. That was an error. Okay, fielder's choice plus error. I got it. All right. Fielder's choice plus error. That makes sense. But he technically reached on the error. I mean, I guess he would have reached on either the fielder's choice or the error. But slider taken, strike 1, evens the count, 1-1. 88 on the slider. All right, 1 out. 1-1 count. Runners at second and third for the Sox in the top of the third. Four seam fouled off. 1-2. 94 miles per hour. All right. 8 seconds on the pitch clock. 7, 6, 5, 4. Canning set. 3, 2, 1. The windup. Four seam upstairs. 94 evens the count. 2-2. 69 nice pitches for Canning on the afternoon. 2-2, 1 out. Second and third base runners for the Sox. Changeup on the ground to first. He looks at the runner at going home, and Rojas tried to retreat. Alonso applies the tag, and Rojas ended up scoring. So the Sox are up 5-0. RBI ground out. I'll have to check if the runner at second moved up. 5-0 White Sox. Good job to not, to not run to first and head back to the plate to force the issue. And yes, the runner did move to third. All right, 2 outs now, a run in, runner at third, 70 pitches. The ump calls time. That'll bring up Taylor, the right-handed hitting center fielder. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, 194 average, 585 OPS. So it should be a... what's going on? Taylor's up. Oh, I'm sorry, Rojas didn't score, but that should be an RBI. Okay, he did get an RBI for that ground out. Okay. So that was that Sosa that? Yeah, Sosa scored. Apologies. Curo's the runner at third. 1-0 that count to Taylor. Changeup inside makes it 2-0. Sorry, I got behind there. My apologies. New ball for Canning. All right, 2-0 pitch or 2-0 count. 2 outs, runner at third. Here's the pitch. Four seam taken low in the strike zone. 95, strike one. Taylor is, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Okay. Had a lot of rain. That's the sump pump running here in the background. Here's the 2-1. Low, 95, ball 3. With the top of the order on deck for the Sox, Meidroth, who's 0 for 2. 3-1 count, runner at third, 2 outs, 5-0 Sox, top of the third. Here's the pitch. Changeup low, ball 4. Runners at the corners with 2 outs, top of the order. Chase Meidroth, the shortstop. He is 0 for 2 today. That is 75 pitches for Canning. Still working in the top of the third. The Sox have scored in each inning thus far. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. Are we getting a mound visit, or is Meidroth going to face Channing? Ground out and fly out for Meidroth. All right, Canning still on the mound. Here's the first pitch. Bounces a 4-seam outside. 1-0, 94 miles per hour. And finally, Brandon Waddle gets up, a lefty, number 82 for the Mets. He's getting loose. Meidroth takes outside a changeup. 2-0. 77 pitches for Canning. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. 2-0 pitch. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Upstairs. Oh, that was high, and it's called a strike. 2-1. Unreal. That was like more than a ball width high. And they call it a strike to Meidroth, who is not... maybe his zone is too low on the box. 4-seam fouled off, 94. Evens the count, 2-2. Maybe their graphic is too small. Maybe it should be a little bit higher for Meidroth. Maybe that was like armpit high. 2-2, 2 outs. Runners, 2 runners in first and third. Throw to first. No clue. Not in time, I assume. CHSN doesn't bother to show it until it's too late. All right. 2-2 pitch. On its way. Change up in the air to left. That'll be an easy out. Caught by, who is that again? Nimmo. And Nimmo will lead off the bottom of the third. But the Sox do pick up another run and take a 5-0 lead into the bottom of the third. And I forgot to update this box here. Mid-third. All right. I got to get some... I can't type. Got to get some water. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Thanks for watching so far. No, to answer a question, I can't show the game. That's against the YouTube policy. If you're looking for the game stream, oops, I forgot to update this board. It's 5-0. Apologies. 540012. You might be able to find it on Twitch. I see people with game feeds on Twitch, but that's definitely against YouTube's policy, so I can't. So this is just my audio with the play-by-play showing you the box score. Four-seam down low to Nimmo, the leadoff hitter. 1-0. Bottom of the third. Apologies, didn't update that one box score with the run. Four-seam inside, 2-0. Three and 0, curveball outside. Four seam, 95, taken, strike one. All right. Nimmo, the leadoff hitter, batting in second in the lineup. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Here's the 3-1. Four seam, taken, just on the outside edge of the plate. Full count, 3-2. Smith going full count to a lot of hitters the last couple innings. This game, we're not even through 3. This game's over an hour old. Changeup misses low, ball 4. Man at first, nobody out. Bottom of the first. Yeah, we're through 2.5 innings, and the game is almost at 70 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes. That'll bring up Soto, the right fielder. He is 0 for 1 on the day. Left-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher. Smith delivers. Changeup. Caught the bottom of the strike zone. Strike one. Don't think Soto liked it. 51 pitches for Shane Smith. Here's the pitch. Low and inside. Change up 1-1. So change up. Count as 1-1. Runner at first after a leadoff walk. Nobody out. Setting up outside. Upstairs. 95 sinker. 2-1. Way high. Good stop by Lee, the catcher. And we'll see if Canning comes out for the Mets in the top of the fourth. Right now they got 1 on, nobody out, 2-1 count, 4-seam, 97 taken, strike 2. 540-012. 540-012. Okay, 2-2-1. All right. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. 4-seam. Full count. Again. Back-to-back hitters. Work the count full against Shane Smith, who's thrown 55 pitches with nobody out in the bottom of the third. Man, I thought this pitch clock sped up the game. There's been a lot of time called in this game. Smith and Canning have been taking a lot of the pitch clock, and this game is dragging along. Full count pitch. Low. Ball 4. Back-to-back. Full count walks and 2 on, nobody out. That'll send up the cleanup hitter, Alonso, the first baseman. With what? What did he do in his first at bat? Hit by pitch. That's right. Apologies. He got hit by Smith in his first at bat. Where did they put that on the box score? There it is. Yeah. Okay, hit by pitch. So no official at bat yet. 2 on, nobody out. Swung on, fouled a fastball, 97 off the catcher, strike 1. Hit by pitch in the first, 291 average for Pete Alonso, 11 home runs and 42 RBI. That's a lot of RBIs in May, late May. Here's the 0-1. Oh, inside on a slider. Nearly hit him again. 1-1. Up and in. All right. 2 on. Nobody out. 1-1 pitch. To Alonso. Coming up. Here it is. Fouls off a 4-seam. Looked a little outside. 1-2. So 4-seam fastball, slider, 4-seam fastball. Count as 1-2. Let's go after him. Let's not go full count again, Shane Smith. And time is called. Good Lord. This game is going to be a 4-hour game at this pace, or 3.5 at least. We're coming up on an hour and 15 minutes, and we don't even have an out in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. 4-seam. Oh, he called it on the outside edge of the plate. Alonso shakes his head no, but there is one away in the bottom of the third. I think it did catch the graphic, the box on the outside. Yeah, that slider was up and in on the second pitch. And then, yeah, I mean, if they show the replay, I think it just caught it. Unless the graphic is off. Lee did a great job to frame it. Alonso immediately shook his head no. All right, left-handed hitter Beatty, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Ooh, did he offer at that curve? No, says the third base umpire. They never showed the third base umpire on TV because CHSN does not do a good job. All right, right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, 1-0 count, 2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Oh, a little low on the 4-seam, ball 2. 96 miles per hour. Oh, boy. Oh for 1, strikeout in the first, 248 average, 749 OPS. Swung on and missed on a beautiful changeup, 91. Makes the count 2-1. All right. 2-1 pitch on its way. Fouls off a four-seam. Evens the count 2-2. Shane Smith steps off the mound. Man, this is... Sox games have been relatively quick that I've seen in May, and just this whole series has been slow against the Mets. But Shane Smith has taken up a lot of the pitch clock. Change up on the ground to first. Vargas over to second. Shortstop back to first. Pitcher covering, not in time. But they get the second out of the inning, and there's runners at the corners. And that'll bring up Vientos, the DH, who's 0 for 1 with the strikeout. So it was a 3-6-1 fielder's choice that the batter reached on, Beatty. Assist to 3, the first baseman, Vargas, and the putout to the shortstop, Mydroth. Smith covered the bag, but throw wasn't back in time. Vientos, right-handed hitter, takes a sinker, strike 1, 95. 66 pitches for Shane Smith. Vientos strikeout in the second, 5 homers, 18 RBI in the season, 2.34 average. 0-1 pitch, low, bounces a slider, 1-1. All right, 8 seconds, 7 on the pitch clock, 5. Smith is set, 4, 3, 2, wind up. Oh, inside. I think he fouled it off for strike 2, unless it hit him on the hands, but they call it a strike. Up and in, and he just turned like a defensive turn and fouled it off. Yep. And he's like, unbelievable. All right, 1-2. Smith ahead in the count. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. Bottom of the third and a 5-0 Sox lead. Here's the pitch. Four-seam fouled off. We'll do it again. 1-2. Wow, this is like baseball was prior to the pitch clock. This game is super slow. 5 seconds on the pitch clock. 4, 3. Here's the windup. Fouls off of, into the air, into right field, back at the track and gone. Opposite field, home run. Mets are on the board, and it's suddenly a 5-3 ball game. Opposite field home run for the DH, Vientos. That'll bring up McNeil, the second baseman. Only the second hit of the game for the Mets, but it goes for 3 runs. That got out of here in a hurry, too. Tauchman jogged after it, but it hit just above. There's like a screen over the fence, and it hit that just over the fence. Four-seam in the air to center, but Taylor's under it to retire the side. But the Mets pick up 3 big runs on a 3-run homer, cut the lead down to a 2-run deficit, 5-4-0, 3-2-2, as we are finally through 3 innings after an hour, almost an hour and 20 minutes. All right. 5-4-0, 3-2-2. That's correct. Now I got to... Yep, 5-4-0, 3-2-2. All right. All right, let's take a look at the rest of the league real quick. Oops, yeah, top of the fourth coming up. All right, just a little recap in the chat. All right, due up for the Sox: Tauchman, the right fielder; Vargas, the first baseman; Benintendi, the left fielder. So the 2, 3, 4 hitters. Again, second game in a row that Luis Robert Jr. is sitting. He had a pinch hit appearance last night. Palacios was a late scratch. Sox have Slater and Capra also on the bench. Slater's been pinch hitting and coming in for defense late in the games. All right, we'll check the scoreboard later. Yeah, well, Smith had been a little bit in and out of trouble, but had been pitching a gem. So, well, not exactly. 3 runs or 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 runs on 2 hits and 4 walks. The walks are killing him. And Tauchman takes a strike on the inside edge of the plate for strike 1. Swung on and missed on a beautiful sweeper, 0-2. Oh, did we go to the bullpen? Yes, apologies, we did. Waddle is in relief for Canning here in the top of the 4th. So that ends the day for Canning. Left-handed pitcher. 4-seam, swung on a miss, strike 3, quickly 1 away in the top of the 4th. Lefty against lefty. That'll bring up Vargas. 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. And the hit was a double for Vargas. Left-handed pitcher delivers outside on a slider, 1-0. Four-seam outside, 93, ball 2. Oh, I forgot to put end of third. Sorry about that on the last one. Sinker looked like it caught the zone, but they call it a ball. 3-0. Four-seam upstairs, 4 straight pitches and a 1-out walk for the Sox in the top of the 4th. Sweeper in the air, on the run in center, catches it for out number 2. Runner retreats back to first. 2 away. Vargas with the walk as a runner at first. That'll bring up Sosa, who's 1 for 2 after the Benintendi fly out to center. Vargas, a right-handed hitter against the lefty pitcher. I'm sorry, Sosa. My apologies. Vargas the runner, Sosa the hitter. Four-seam, outside edge of the plate, taken, strike 1. Waddle, 4 seconds. Delivers. 4-seam inside. Ball 1. Evens the count. Gotta imagine they want Shane Smith to eat up some innings, even with an off day tomorrow, though, for the Sox. They've used their bullpen heavily. Changeup fouled off. 1-2. Oh, boy. Come on. We got to work quicker, put less time on this pitch clock. This game has been ridiculously slow. 1-2 count. 2 outs. Bounces a slider. Evens the count. 2-2. 5-3. Sox lead. Top of the 4th. Batting with 2 outs and a runner at first. 2-2 count to Sosa, the 5th place hitter in the Sox lineup today. Oh, brother. Waddle's finally set with 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The delivery. Slider just past the shortstop into left center. That'll be a single. Runners at the corners. Vargas safely into third. And the Sox pick up their 5th hit of the afternoon. That'll bring up Kiro, the switch-hitting designated hitter. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout, 262 average, no homers, 10 RBI in the season. He's hitting right-handed now against the left-hander Waddle. Changeup on the ground. Nope. Third baseman got it. I thought it might have been a line out. Throws to first. Alonso in time, retires the side. Sox pick up a hit and a walk. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Still 2-run lead for the Sox. All right, let's check in around the league. I'll get a quick refresh. In Cleveland, Dodgers lead the Guardians 3-1. Guardians batting bottom of the 6th. In Detroit, Tigers trail the Giants 3-2. They're batting in the bottom of the 5th, and they picked up 2 this inning. Rays at home up 4-0 on the Twins through 5. Twins coming to bat in the top of the 6th. In Milwaukee, the Brewers trail the Red Sox 3-1. Red Sox hitting top of 5. Actually, now they're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Underway in Houston, A's and Astros tied at 0. A's batting top 3. Pirates, D-backs in a little over an hour. Marlins, Padres. Cardinals, Orioles. Braves, Phillies, the afternoon slate. Then tonight, Reds at Royals. Rockies at Cubs. Blue Jays at Rangers. Yankees at Angels. Nationals at Mariners. 15-game full slate on Wednesday. All right, if you're new here, thank you for your view. If you like what we do here, please hit the like button on the video and hit subscribe to Sin Bin Stream. It'll help us get recommended by the YouTube algorithm to other viewers. Help grow the channel. Thank you so much. Here's what's coming up. If you're interested in other games this week, WNBA tomorrow night, Sky at home versus the Dallas Wings. If you are not in the Chicago or Dallas area, the game is available on Amazon Prime if you have that. Then the Friday night WNBA doubleheader on Ion. Then more Sox and Sky coming up Saturday. Sox Orioles Sunday. And then Tigers at White Sox Monday night. Torrens took a ball. First pitch. Smith working in the bottom of the 4th. 4-seam taken, strike 1. 1-1. Torrens, the 8th place hitter in the order. He had 0 for 0, no official at bat. He had a walk. Taylor, the center fielder, batting 9th on deck. Changeup low in the dirt, 2-1. Then they go to the top. Lindor, the leadoff hitter, is in the hole. All right, 2-1 count. Leadoff hitter, bottom of the fourth. Sinker fouled off, evens the count, 2-2. This game is 90 minutes old, and we're not even through the 4 innings yet. Whew. This is slow moving here. All right, 2-2 pitch coming up. Smith delivers, slider fouled off, 89. We'll do it again. 76 pitches for Smith. Pardon my yawn. All right, Smith winds up. Slider misses outside. Full count again. 3-2. Oh, Smith has been going full count on many a hitter. Taking a lot of the pitch clock, too. He's set at 3 seconds. 2, wind up. Upstairs, ball 4. Leadoff walk for the Mets. In the bottom of the fourth, that is walk number 5 on the afternoon. With nobody out in the bottom of the fourth for Shane Smith. Oh, boy. And been full count on plenty of other hitters. That'll bring up the 9th spot. Taylor, the center fielder, 0 for 1, 247 average, 660 OPS. 2 seconds. Now Shane Smith steps off the pitching rubber. Taylor steps out of the box. I think we're almost set. Lee setting up outside, and they miss outside ball 1. 94 mile per hour four seam. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the second, did Taylor. 1 home run, 8 RBI on the season. Number 15 for the Mets. Here's the 1-0. Four seam taken. Strike 1. Inside edge of the plate. One pitch, setting up down the middle. Change up, low and inside, swung on and missed. Strike 2. Tough pitch. Leadoff walk. 1-2 to the next hitter. Then we go to the top of the order for the Mets. Swung on and missed on a changeup low. Strike 3. 1 away. That'll bring up Lindor, the switch hitting shortstop. So he'll be in the left-handed batter's box against the righty, Shane Smith. 5 walks, 5 strikeouts for Shane Smith with 1 out in the third. 2 hits, and the second hit was a 3-run homer in the bottom of the third. All right, Lindor, there's the first pitch. Sinker, swung on and missed. Strike 1. Lindor steps out of the box, taps both cleats, 0 for 2, strikeout and pop out. 273 average, 10 homers, 31 RBIs. Calls time, has to adjust the gloves. My God, this game is slow. This is making me hate baseball again. All right. Criticisms aside, 0-1 pitch coming up. Fouled off a changeup, 0-2. 84 pitches for Smith. Man, guys, just stay in the box and hit. Let's go. Need a batter's clock, too. Smith delivers low and outside. Changeup, 1-2. One and two pitch, 5 seconds on the pitch clock. On the way. Changeup, popped him up into center. Nope, make it left. And it's caught by Benintendi. Great camera coverage, as always, by CHSN. They were zeroing in on the center fielder, and they suddenly panned left, and the left fielder made the catch for out number 2. So still a runner at first. That'll bring up Nimmo, the second hitter in the Mets lineup. 1 for 1, a walk, and a run scored. And that's going to do it for Shane Smith. He's still on the hook for the runner at first base. Brandon Iser, the lefty, will head into the game. He pitched yesterday as well. Number 53. He's 1-0 in 23 games, 5.16 ERA, 22 and 2/3 innings pitched, 28 strikeouts, 1.50 whip. A left-hander going to face Nimmo, I believe. Yeah, Nimmo's a lefty, right? Yep. All right, well, let's just check in on the scores right now. Cleveland Guardians trail the Dodgers 3-1. Their Guardians hitting bottom 6. Rays up 4-0 on the Twins at home, and they're batting in the bottom of the 6th. In Detroit, Tigers with a 4-3 lead now as they get 4 in the bottom of the 5th over the Giants batting top 6. In Milwaukee, Red Sox still up 3-2 on the Brewers. Brewers still batting. They got 1 in the bottom of the 5th. A's at Astros, they're up 2-0 still as we head to the bottom of the 2nd. And that's it for the in-progress games. So another call to the bullpen for the Sox. They have a 2-run lead. Runner at first, 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. Smith was just a little bit wild. 5 walks on the day. Slider low and outside, ball 1. Brandon Iser, the lefty, against Nimmo, the left-handed hitter. Checks the runner, delivers. 4-seam, called, strike 1, 88 miles per hour. Some of these guys' changeups are faster than that. Slider, changeup, 4-seam, sinker for Iser thrown this season so far. Here's the 1-1. Slider misses a little low, 2-1, 87 miles per hour. Slider in the air to left. Benintendi under it for out number 3. So Iser gets out of the one runners on situation. We head to the top of the 5th. 5-3 Sox. And we have reached the hour and 38-minute mark of the game, and we're only through 4 innings. Oh, my Lord. All right. Sox 5, Mets 3 after end of 4 innings. Oh, this has been by far the slowest game in May, at least of the games I've seen. Due up for the Sox on the top of the 5th. It's Lee, the catcher, Rojas, third base, Taylor, the center fielder. Those are the 7, 8, 9 hitters. And I assume Waddle will be taking the mound again, the lefty in relief for the Mets. All right, 550-322. All right. And a reminder what's coming up here on Sinbin Stream. later this week. Plenty of Sox baseball, plenty of Chicago Sky games, and also the WNBA doubleheader on Friday night. All right, they're showing a White Sox fan with the red City Connect jersey. It looks like a Chicago Bulls jersey. All right, Corey Lee. He started 9 games. He sprained his ankle on April 9th and just got reinstated from the 10-day disabled list or injury list yesterday. And the Sox traded Theis, the catcher, to Tampa. They got a minor league outfielder. He's supposed to report to AAA Charlotte today. Ball 1 taken outside to Lee. Lefty pitcher, righty hitter. 4-seam taken, strike 1. At least I think. Yeah, he's a right-handed hitter. Here's the 1-1. Sweeper in the air to left under it for out number 1. The left fielder, Nimmo. And the Sox had a late lineup change. Didn't hear yet what was wrong with Palacios. He was originally listed on the lineup and scratched. That meant Tauchman moved to right, and they put in Curo as the DH. Robert Jr. with 2 straight days off. Slider fouled off. Strike 1. Rojas, the lefty hitter against the lefty pitcher. Rojas 0 for 2. In the air, short right field, second baseman under it, quickly 2 down in the top of the 5th. Rojas was 0 for 3, and now a run scored and an RBI. That'll bring up the 9th place hitter, Taylor. 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Come on, the Mets take pitches. What are we doing, Sox? First pitch, sweeper in there, strike 1, 79 miles per hour. Here's the 0-1 upstairs, 92 mile per hour fastball. 1-1. I don't know. That looks too much like the Bulls, those City Connect. Upstairs, 91. Way up high. 2-1. Still showing this guy. Good Lord. All right. Waddell delivers outside on a sinker. 3-1 to the 9th place hitter for the Sox. Four-seam in the air to left. Nimmo is under it for out number 3. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across. Halfway through the game finally. Bottom of the 5th. 5-3 Sox. Five 5-0 for the Sox, 3-2-2 for the Mets. And once again, I know you hear it from all YouTubers, but if you're new, please, and you like what we do here, hit the like button on the video and consider hitting subscribe to Sinman Stream on YouTube. Helps us with the YouTube algorithm getting recommended to other viewers, helping to grow the channel. But thanks, as always, for your views. I see we're at 109 subs, so thank you for my 109th sub this afternoon during this game. Thank you so much. All right, we'll get a quick refresh of the MLB scoreboard. In Cleveland, Guardians trailing 3-1 to the Dodgers. Dodgers batting top 7. Rays lead at home over the Twins, 4-0. Twins batting top 7. In Detroit, Tigers lead by 1, 4-3 over the Giants through 6 innings. Top of the 6th, Red Sox hitting with a 3-2 lead over the Brewers in Milwaukee. In Houston, the A's have a 2-0 lead. Astros batting bottom of the 2nd. And a reminder again, tomorrow night, WNBA Dallas Wings at Chicago Sky. Locally available here in the Chicago market, but also if you have Amazon Prime, that game will be on. Ion Network, free over the air and free streaming, doubleheader Friday night, and then more Sox and Sky coming up. All right, leadoff hitter for the Mets takes strike one. Looks like Soto. It is Juan Soto. 811 walks in 18 games, it said. All right, ball one misses. Apologies. All right, Izert's still on the mound. Soto, the third hitter in the Mets lineup, 0 for 1 and a walk. Lefty against lefty. Slider fouled off. Third base gave chase, but it's out of play past the camera well into the stands. They don't even bother to foul it, so no idea if the fan made a catch or anything. Limited camera views here on CHSN. 227 average, 8 homers, 25 RBIs for Soto, the right fielder. Hitting third, Alonso, the first baseman, on deck, the cleanup hitter. 1-2 count, leadoff hitter, bottom of the 5th. Swung on and missed on an 87-mile-per-hour slider, strike 3, 1 away. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Great pitch, tough slider to handle. Alonso 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and he was hit by pitch as well. Changeup misses outside, 84, ball 1. Alonso hitting 289, 930 OPS. Izert in the windup. Four seam taken on the outside edge of the plate. Strike 1, 91 miles per hour. Yeah, 0 for 1, hit by pitch in the first. Almost got hit again. 289 average, 11 homers, 42 RBI for the first baseman. Changeup back to the mound. Izert slips, gets to his knees, throws to Vargas at first for out number 2. So a 1-3 ground out. Assist to Izert, put out to the first baseman. Izert slipped down. He's laughing about it now. So good thing he's not hurt. Slide of the game by Wisconsin, sponsored by Wisconsin Dells. Alonso wasn't running hard, and he was laughing when he saw Izert fall down, and then he picked up his speed. Izert fielded it cleanly and ended up on his butt, threw from his knees to Vargas for out number 2. All right, no style points. And I think they threw the first pitch, but CHSN missed it, so no idea. Not sure what happened. They showed that replay like 4 different times. Okay, maybe he just got a new baseball. I have no idea. It looked like a pitch had happened. Yeah, they missed it. Yeah, I think it hit Beatty. What in the world is going on? Yeah, Vientos is up. Way to not show a pitch. Or wait, what are they calling now? A replay? All right, so what's the call? I'm so confused. Oh, the Sox are challenging that it hit them. Okay. I wasn't sure. Again, CHSN completely missed the play. They were showing the ground out to the pitcher like 4 times in a row. And by the time they got back to live action, the hit by pitch had already happened. Yeah, I think this is a foul ball for strike 1. I think it hit the bottom of the bat, so not a hit by pitch. He tried to make it look like it hit his hand, but Sox, I think, are going to win this challenge. Again, terrible camera coverage and switching by the broadcast crew. The CHSN is just not very good. A little side note about production here in Chicago. I realize this is their first season of White Sox baseball, but not up to par. All right, they're going to let Eisert warm up again while they review this. All right, so it's either 1 on and 2 outs, bringing up Vientos, or it's nobody on, 2 outs, and an 0-1 pitch coming up to Beatty. And the Mets offense leads in hit by pitches with 36. Twins have 34. All right, come on. How long is this review going to take? Either you saw it and you can overrule it, or it's not clear and the call stands. Let's just make a decision here. This game's already an hour and 50 minutes old, and we're not even 5 innings into the game. And we're still reviewing. My thoughts as well. Why is this taking so long? Seems pretty clear cut. Are you kidding me? It's a hit by pitch. Beatty knew. He strapped on his left arm gear, and it's... These umps are terrible. Get the automatic ball and strike system. Have a centralized replay review. These guys cannot see. Vientos 1 for 2, and guess what? He has a 3-run homer, and he bats with a chance to tie the game up. Swung on and missed. Changeup outside, strike 1. Absolutely ridiculous. That ball hit the bottom of the bat. That's why it took the angle it did, and the umps are blind. 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Changeup, strike 2. Absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully it doesn't cost the Sox. Mets don't need any help. I get it. Hometown crowds, and you just stayed with the call on the field, but that is BS. Should have been a successful challenge by the Sox. Changeup misses low and outside. Ball 1, 1 and 2. Unfrickin' believable. I don't get it. 1-2 pitch, way outside on a changeup, 2-2, 85. I mean, it's like every replay system is broken. It takes forever in basketball, too. Even the WNBA. Sky had a challenge that looked obvious that didn't go their way last night, too. Changeup swung on and missed. Thankfully, it doesn't cost the Sox. Mets don't pick up any runs in the bottom of the 5th. We're finally through 5. We're like 7 minutes short of 2 hours. Heading to the bottom or top of the 6th. 5-3 White Sox. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Mydroth leading off for the White Sox. Talkman on deck. All right, Mydroth in the batter's box. Takes a, oh my God, that ball was way outside. And they call it strike one. Oh my, this guy's strike zone is terrible too. What's wrong with that one? Way outside. Sinker evens the count, 1-1. Unbelievable. It's like every 3-game series I watch, the umps get worse and worse. Change up way outside, 2-1. Should be 3-0 and not 2-1. All right, Sox leadoff hitter Mydroth is 0 for 3, 284 average, 716 OPS. Waddle delivers, four-seam fouled off, 2-2. Should be 3-1. Oh, brother. Upstairs should have been a walk. Instead, it's a full count, 3-2. Other than the foul ball, he has not thrown a strike this count. Yet it's still 3-2. Another foul ball, so should have already been a walk, but it'd be 3-2 now, anyways. Top of the 6, 5-3 Sox. Slider in the air to right, down the right field line, just out of play. And the stands block the view of that right field corner, so I can't tell exactly where it landed. All right, full count again. Leadoff hitter in the Sox lineup, leading off here in the top of the 6. Mydroth, righty hitter, lefty pitcher, Waddell, Waddell, number 82, in the delivery, throws, slider, popped it to right, and caught for out number 1. Should have been a leadoff walk. Sox got robbed. Terrible strike zone by this ump. That'll bring up Talkman, who's 1 for 2, a run scored, 2 RBIs, a walk and a strikeout. He's hitting .321, 936 OPS. Oh, a nice throwback Sox jersey in the stands. Slider fouled off, strike 1. Yeah, he had a double on his hit. 1 homer, 4 RBI now on the season. Swung on and missed on another slider, 0-2. Both the Sox and the Mets are on to their still on their first reliever as we're in the 6th. All right, enough crowd shots. Can we show the pitch? Here it is. Slider outside, and they appeal to third. No swing. 1-2. Sweeper fouled off. 80 miles per hour. Still 1-2. And whoop, my picture is breaking up. Oh, yeah, I still got 2 bars. I don't know why. All right, the 1-2 pitch on its way. Fouls off a low slider. Still 1-2. Left-hander versus left-hander. Vargas, the right-handed hitting first baseman, on deck. 1 out. Nobody on. Sox batting in the top of the 6th with a 2-run lead. Four-seam into right for a single. Maybe Talkman turns and goes for 2. Throw to second. Not in time. Sliding in safe with a 1-out double for the Sox is Talkman. Sox pick up their 6th hit of the game. Nice double down the right field line. second double on the season and second double today, I think it said. Vargas takes a sinker outside 91. Whoops. Got to clear the count. Apologies. 1-0. They're pitching them mostly away today. Changeup fouled off low and a little bit. I mean, it was in the strike zone, but low and away in the zone. 1-1. Okay. Vargas 1-for-1 with a double, 2 walks, and a run. 8 homer, 26 RBI, 247 average on the season. Waddle checks Tauchman at second. Now he delivers. Oh, my God. That was outside. Strike 2 called. Did not hit the plate. And not like half a ball with outside. I get it. It's close, but this is ridiculous. This guy's zone is all over the place. 1-2 to Vargas. Lefty pitcher, righty hitter. Waddle checks Tauchman at second. Throws. Slider fouled off near the camera well and bounces into the left field. A ball person goes to get it. Still 1-2. Checking the runner. 1-2 pitch on its way upstairs. 91 miles per hour. Evens the count. 2-2. Change up on the ground at short. Oh, they're going to get the runner at third on a tag out. So the runner reaches at first on a fielder's choice. 2 outs. What the heck? Why is Tauchman running to third on that? A grounder to short. Did they get the tag down? You know, Beatty blocked the base. I know the catcher can't, but that's kind of a dumb play by Tauchman. Yeah, Lindor with a heads-up play. He throws to the third baseman, Beatty, who tags him out. All right. Sinker fouled off. 0-1. All right. 0-1 count. 2 outs. Runner at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Slider outside. 0-2. Benintendi, the left-handed hitter, left fielder, 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, and a strikeout. He had a 2 RBI single. It was at the first or the second. I forgot already. Sweeper into right, down the right field line. That may score from first because he's trotting into second with a double. They cut the throw off. Now they throw home, safe at home, and on to third. That'll probably be a double plus advance on throw. But either way, it's now a 6-3 White Sox lead. Another hit. Sox pick up their 7th hit of the game. And their 6th run. The only innings they didn't score was the 4th and the 5th. Vargas on his horse, rounding third. They cut the throw and still threw home, but not even close, and that cost them a base because then Benintendi, who probably would have stopped at second, advanced to third. So I'm assuming that's got to be a double for Benintendi. Yeah, and it is. Changeup on the inside corner, strike 1 taken by Sosa. And he's 2 for 3, a double, single, and a run. 4 homers, 16 RBI, 277 average. Bounces a changeup, evens the count, 1-1. And we are 2 hours and 5 minutes into this game, still batting in the top of the 6th. Two outs. Runner at third. 1-1 count. Right-handed hitter. Left-handed pitcher. Waddell throws. Four-seam. Fouled off. 1-2. That was the 50th pitch already for Waddle in relief of the starter. Canning went 3 innings. Then Waddle's pitched the last 2 2/3. Canning gave up 5 runs, 3 earned. Waddle's given up 1 run, 1 earned. Fouls a changeup off. Still 1-2. Slider fouled off just in front of the tarp. Ball person has to get it in left field. Still 1-2. Benintendi, the runner at third. He just doubled in a run and advanced to third on the throw. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Four-seam fouled off. We'll do it again. 1-2. 6 pitches this at bat. 4 foul balls for Sosa. Here's the pitch. Way upstairs. 2-2. 91 mile per hour. Four seam. Yeah. Sox have dropped 3 straight, but they did win 2 of 3 against the Texas Rangers at home on Friday, Saturday. So they've lost Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. This is game 3 on Wednesday. Change up into left. That's a single. That'll score another run. RBI single for Sosa. Puts the Sox up 7-3. Still hitting in the 7th. Or, sorry, the 6th. I wish the 7th. This has been a long game. 7 runs on 8 hits for the Sox. 3 runs on 2 hits. 2 errors by the defense for the Mets. And that might do it for Waddle. 55 pitches. Showing the Sox dugout. Nope. Edgar Quiro, the switch hitting DH today, steps into the right-handed batter's box. He's 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. Waddle checks the runner at first, delivers. Slider on the ground at third, up with the throw to second in time. The Sox pick up 2 runs, leaving 1 runner on. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 7-3 White Sox. Seven, 8, 0, 3, 2, 2. And due up for the Mets, we got McNeil, Torrance, Taylor, 7, 8, 9 in the order. No change yet. We'll see if Eisert goes back out. Imagine he would. He hasn't given up any hits or walks. That was the problem for Smith. He walked 5 and struck out 5. Only mistake was a 3-run homer to the DH Vientos in the bottom of the 3rd, but he was kind of in and out of trouble. Sox trying to break the 3-game losing streak, trying to avoid being swept in a 3-game series by the Mets. All right, here's what's coming up this week. Plenty of WNBA and White Sox baseball. We are 2 hours and 10 minutes into this game, only 5.5 innings through. Thanks for watching. The views really help out the channel, but if you like what we do here and you haven't already done so, please click the like button and consider hitting the subscribe button to Sinbin Stream on YouTube. Helps us with the algorithm. Will help grow the channel and get us recommended to other viewers. Thank you so much. All right, Mike Vasil actually takes the mound for the White Sox. 16 innings, 31 and a third innings pitched, 2.30 ERA. The right-hander, number 61. Sinker, sweeper, most of his pitches. Changeup, cutter, four-seam fastball, and 4% curveball this season. First pitch outside on a sinker, 1-0. Again, the hitter is McNeil, the second baseman. Left-handed batter's box against the righty. Sinker taken 96, evens the count, 1-1. Sinker outside, 2-1, 96. McNeil 0 for 1, a walk in the second, 236 average, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. Sinker grounded to Mydroth at short, up with it, over to a bouncer to Vargas. Vargas digs it out for the first out in the inning. Chase made that interesting. So one away, bottom of the sixth. That'll bring up Torrens, the catcher. No official at bat. He has 2 walks on the day. Sinker up or inside 97, ball 1. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Outside, cutter, 88, ball 2. All right, Vasil set, wind up, inside, sinker, 3-0. Good gravy. Taylor, center fielder, hitting ninth, on deck. Lindor, shortstop, leadoff hitter, in the hole. 1 out. Mets batting in the bottom of the sixth, trailing by 4. Four-seam upstairs, 4-pitch walk. And with 1 out, Mets have a base runner at first. The third walk of the game for the catcher, Torrens. Sox pitching staff has walked 6 already with only 1 out in the 5th. Mets have walked 5 as well through 6 innings. Mets committed a couple of errors, and both those runs scored. They had a high throw from the third baseman and then a fielding error at second base, back-to-back. Young, the hitter, left-handed hitting. Curveball inside edge of the plate, 83 miles per hour, strike 1. Out. All right, 0-1 count. Vasil is set, delivers. Swung on and missed on a 96 mile per hour sinker. Strike 2. Jared Young. Oh, I'm sorry. So Jared Young is pinch hitting for Taylor, the center fielder. I didn't realize that. 250 average, 1.083 OPS. So lefty hitter. Let me see. Lefty hitter. Yep, lefty hitter against the righty pitcher, Vasil. 0-2 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed. 97 mile per hour. Four-seam fastball. 2 away. Runner at first. Top of the order. Switch hitter Lindor will turn around and hit right-handed. Left-handed. He had to hit right-handed when Eisert was in relief, but now he's back in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch fouled off the sinker, strike one, 96. 0 for 3, strikeout, pop out, fly out, 271, average 10 homers, 31 RBI. For the switch hitting shortstop, Lindor. Okay. Vassell set. 10 seconds on the pitch clock. 8, 7, 6, 5. Delivery. Sinker fouled straight back. 0-2. Time called as we get a new baseball. Mydroth blowing a bubble. Chomping on the gum at shortstop. Vassell set. The delivery. Four seam. 97 upstairs. Ball one. Come on, Lindor. Stay in the box. My God, this game is going so long. We're approaching 2 hours and 20 minutes, and we're still batting in the bottom of the sixth. Sinker swung on and missed outside. Strike three. They leave one on. No runs. We head to the top of the seventh. The Sox lead 7-3 through 6. So 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors on the Sox defense. 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, costly errors on the Mets defense. Through 6 innings. Let's see if we've gotten an indication yet. So Vassell, we'll see if it's Waddell. He's worked 3 after Canning worked 3. Maybe they'll get another call to the bullpen. All right, Lee, the catcher today, is the leadoff hitter. Rojas, then Taylor. So 7, 8, 9 coming up for the White Sox. Hey, we haven't checked around the league in a little bit. Let's do a refresh here. Well, let's see. We might have some finals. Let's double check. Nope. We have a postponement. I think that game... Yeah, I think there was a... I forgot if there was anybody leading. I don't remember. Postpone, Braves, Phillies. They'll try again tomorrow, May 29th. All right, Twins at Rays. Rays already lead 5-0. Twins batting top 9. In Cleveland, Dodgers, Guardians. Guardians just tied it up. 4-4, still hitting bottom 8. In Detroit, 4-3 lead for the Tigers. They're about to bat the bottom of the 8th. In Milwaukee, it's tied up 4-4, top of 8 with the Red Sox. A's lead 3-2 in Houston over the Astros, still batting top 5. Oh, somebody's got a Greg Luzinski jersey. Haven't heard that name in forever. Mostly DH, occasional, I think, first baseman, maybe outfield. All right. Lee, the hitter. Right-handed hitting catcher. Waddell, the lefty pitcher. Sweeper misses low. Ball one. Four seam, 88. Catches the bottom corner. Bottom outside corner. Strike one taken. Sinker in the over second base into center for a leadoff single for the Sox. Hit number 9 for the Sox offense on the afternoon. Leading by 4, batting in the top of the 7th. The game is 2 hours and 20 minutes old. And we're only through 6. This is a super long game. Pitch clock, no effect. A lot of time called, a lot of taking the clock almost all the way down. Sweeper into right. If it's fair, that's extra bases. It is. Chasing in the corner. Finally up with it. Throws to the cutoff man, McNeil. Rojas at second with a double. And the runner holds at third. So Lee singles up the middle. Rojas, second double of the season, moves runners into scoring position with nobody out in the top of the 7th. Hit number 10 for the White Sox. Line down the right field line. Just caught fair. I mean, just caught the line, maybe fair. Seven runs on 10 hits for the Sox. Batting in the top of the 7th. Taylor takes low, changeup, ball 1. Infield in, still on the dirt, but Lindor and McNeil are almost on the grass. Pitch by Waddle, inside, 4-seam, 89, ball 2. Taylor, the 9th place hitter, 0 for 2 with a walk in the 3rd, 192 average, 2 homers, 9 RBIs. Mydroth, the shortstop, the leadoff hitter, is on deck. Yeah, Lindor and McNeil have 1 foot on the grass. So does the first baseman. Fouled, strike 1. So they're pretty much all on the grass. They take a step into the grass on the pitch. Trying to keep it a 7-3 game if there's a grounder in play on the infield. No force. So Lee can hold. Doesn't have to go on contact. Slider fouled off, 2-2. Are you there? Are you enjoying the game, Everyday Mets? All right, 2-2 count. Taylor waits. Slider low and in. Full count. Nobody out. 2nd and 3rd. Sox hitting with a 4-run lead. Looking for more in the top of the 7th. Four-seam into the air to left. That's caught. I don't think they're going to be able to tag and send them. No, league scores. Apologies. Wow. Well, terrible camera coverage again, folks. I had no clue. 8-3 Sox. Sack fly. Oh, yeah. So the only inning the Sox didn't score in, the only 2 innings were the 4th and the 5th. 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 6th, 1 now in the 7th. Still batting. 0 for 4, ground out, 3 flyouts. 282 average, 1 homer, 5 RBI. Changeup outside, 1-0 to Mydroth. All right, Mydroth waiting because Waddell's checking Rojas at second. The pitch, sinker taken, strike 1, 88. Again, Rojas, Lee opened the 7th with a single to center. Rojas doubled to right, and then Taylor got the sac fly RBI to make it 8-3. Mydroth fouls off, strike 2. Oh, boy. Yeah, plus the White Sox bullpen could pour gasoline on the fire. There's still time for them to blow this. 4-seam upstairs, 2-2. Mydroth works the count even to 2-2. looking to pick up a hit. He might be 0 for the series. I can't remember. Slider low and in, full count, because he just had a 12-game hitting streak end recently. They haven't. I didn't missed. If they showed it, I missed his numbers for the series. Not that I couldn't just check it out real quick. All right, checking the runner at second. Waddle set, delivers, slider, just foul down third. Still 3-2. Ball person fields it, tosses it into the stands. Oh, man, this is a slow game. Four seam fouled off. 91. We'll do it again. 1 out on the sac fly that scored the 8th run. Runner at second. Oops, sorry. I forgot to put the out up. Apologies. Yeah, 1 out. Full count. Runner at second. Sorry about that. Checking the runner. Now the pitch. Slider fouled off. 85. We'll do it again. Fresh baseballs brought to the ump. Sox trying to avoid the sweep of the 3-game series here. Also trying to break a 3-game losing streak. They've lost Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. They won last Friday and Saturday over the Rangers. Checking the runner. Now the pitch. Sinker in the air to right. Under it for out number 2. Can't tell. Tagging and moving to third on the fly out. But 2 away. Runner at third. Rojas safe at third. That'll bring up Talkman, who is 2 for 3, a run scored, 2 RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. 345 hitter, 1.003 OPS. Waddle's thrown 75 pitches, but Talkman's a lefty, so he'll stay in the game. Lefty against lefty. Runner at third, 2 outs, way outside, sweeper, ball 1. All right. 8 runs on 10 hits for the Sox. Yep, that's right. 8 runs on 10 hits. Okay, got it. 1-0 pitch on the way. Sweeper swung on and missed. Strike 1. Beautiful pitch. 84 miles per hour by Waddle. Still showing Jonathan Cannon in the dugout. He got roughed up in the first last night. Slider fouled off. 1-2. He pitched okay the rest of the way, but 2 2-run homers in the first did him in. 6-4 Mets win last night. 2-1 Mets win Monday night. Sox hitting in the top of the 7th with a 5-run lead. Slider swung on and missed way outside, but the Sox pick up another run and we head to and leave 1 on base in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Mets coming to bat, down by 5. Sox pick up their 8th run on a sac fly. They opened the inning. Lee singled, Rojas doubled, Taylor sac fly, Mydroth fly out, Rojas moved to third, Talkman struck out to end the inning. For the Mets, due up, Nimmo moved over to center, Young took over and left. So Nimmo leads off, the second hitter in the order, 2-3-4, Nimmo, Soto, Alonso due up. We'll see who comes in for the Sox. Well, Vassal's only pitched 1 and gave up a walk, so it's likely going to be Vassal again to at least start the bottom of the 7th. Oh, let me check out. All right, let's see what's going on in baseball. Get a quick refresh. And we have a final to pass along. Again, Braves Phillies got washed out. They'll make it up tomorrow. Tampa Bay Rays beat the Twins at home 5-0. They blanked the Twins, held them to 6 hits. All right, in progress. Top of 9. Guardians just got 5 in the bottom of the 8th. They lead the Dodgers 7-4. Looks like already 2 outs for the Dodgers. Tigers leading the Giants 4-3, top 9. Brewers and Red Sox tied in Milwaukee, bottom 8th, 4-4. A's up 3-2 over the Stros. They're hitting top 6. Pirates just underway, batting in the top of the 1st in Arizona. All right, let's get the regular scoreboard back. And just a quick reminder, plenty of Sox and WNBA coming up the rest of the week. Curveball misses low, ball 1. And it is Mike Vassell on the mound for the Sox. That was only his 16th pitch. Nimmo, a left-handed hitter at the plate. Sinker taken, 94, strike 1. That was my right knee. All right, Vassell gets the sign. He's set. Lee sets up outside. A sinker lined up the middle, grounded off the mound. Taylor fields it. Leadoff single for the Mets. That's only their 3rd hit of the game, but they have 3 runs on a 3-run homer that the designated hitter Vientos hit in the bottom of the 3rd. So leadoff single, man at first, nobody out. Brings up the 3rd hitter Soto. 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Left-handed hitter. Vassell's sinker on the inside edge of the plate, 95, taken, strike 1. 0 for 2 and a walk in the 3rd. 226 hitter, 8 homers for Soto. Vassell set, delivers. Changeup fouled off, 87 miles per hour, 0-2. 20th pitch for Vassell in relief. June 7th, first 15,000 fans get a 1993 Division Champs rope hat. Here's the 0-2. Sinker on the ground to first. He'll take it himself. Tag out Soto. Runner advances to second. Good play by Vargas to get the 1 out. Didn't want to collide with Vassell trying to cover the bag or misjudge the toss. Must have called him off. Yeah, he had to stop, got out of the way. Vargas applies the tag. He waved him off. All right, well, they're down 5. They stayed out of the double play, and the Mets did. Alonso, the cleanup hitter, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Sweeper in there is taken, strike 1, 81 miles per hour. Have I not updated the score in the chat? Yeah, I guess I should soon. 4-seam upstairs, 1-1, 95 miles per hour. Left or righty pitcher, righty hitter Alonso. Nimmo, the runner at second. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Sweeper on the ground to second. Sosa to Vargas. 4-3. Think the runner held. 2 away. In the bottom of the 7th. Vassell getting a new baseball. All right, the hitter is Beatty, 0 for 2, left-handed hitter. Cutter in the air to right. I hope it's foul. And it is. Late camera coverage. I have no idea where it landed. Terrible coverage by CHSN again. 0-1 the count. Beatty 0 for 2 with a run scored and a strikeout. Sweeper, a beauty in there, 82 taken, strike 2. 2 outs, 0-2 count, runner at second. Oh, yeah, Beatty was hit by a pitch. That's probably where he got his run. 245 average. 0-2 pitch, 4 seconds, 3. Here's the pitch, way up high, 96, 1-2. 96 miles per hour. All right, 1-2 count, 2 outs, runner at second, 5-run lead for the Sox. Mets hitting bottom of the 7th. Sweeper taken right down the middle, strike 3. Vassell retires the side. They picked up a hit, I believe, and left a runner in scoring position through 7. I wish 8. We head to the top of the 8th inning. 8-3 White Sox. Eight 10-0, 3-3-2. I gotta get up. I'll be right back. All right, stood up, cracked my knees, cracked my back. 2 innings to go. We're already at the 2 hour and 37-minute mark of the game. We're through 7 innings. Seems to be no effect by the pitch clock. A lot of time called, a lot of walks, hit by pitches, an appeal or challenge. 6 walks given up by the Sox pitchers, 5 by the Mets pitchers. We'll see who takes the hill or the mound for the Mets here. 5 doubles for the Sox in 7 innings. Two of them by Tauchman. Vargas sweeper taken for a strike. Just caught the outside edge of the plate. Strike 1. Slider. I guess that was a ball. Looked like it caught the bottom edge of the plate, but we got a 1-1 count. Vargas fouls off a slider. Out of play. 1-2. Vargas, the cleanup hitter. No, I'm sorry, third place hitter. The first baseman. Then Benintendi and Sosa in the hole. Here's the 1-2. Changeup low. Ball 2. Lots of full counts in this game, too. Slider fouled off left side this time. Still 2-2 count. And the pitcher is still Waddle. The starter went 3. Waddle's pitched 4, where he's pitching in the 8th. 4 seam way upstairs and outside. 3-2, full count. 85 pitches for Waddle. Vargas again, 1 for 2. 2 runs scored and 2 walks. Slider fouled off. We'll do it again. 3-2. Now, the game is 2 hours and 40 minutes old right now. 7 pitches this at bat, 3 fouls. Waddle throws. Slider fouled off, and Vargas falls down and knocks off his helmet in the left-handed batter's box. Hopefully he's all right. I think he's got a smile on his face. And he looked at the catcher. All right, he appears to be okay. Fouled it off and then just lost his footing. The catcher held back his laughter until he made sure he was okay. Oh, and he takes a sinker low. Called strike 3. 1 away. That was a good call. Benintendi, the left fielder, up 2 for 4. A run scored, 3 RBI out of the 8 for the Sox. And a strikeout. 226 hitter, 696 OPS. Playing left field. Left-handed batter. I thought it was going to be a strike, but he takes ball 1. I didn't think it was low, but they called it low. 5 homers, 19 RBI. Sinker in the air to right. If it's fair, it's gone. About 5 rows deep. Sox score again. Only 2 scoreless innings. They have a 9-3 lead. First home run for the Sox here. Second of the game, Vientos hit a 3-run homer for the Mets, and the Mets throw it back, or the fans. All right. Yeah, it wasn't a matter if it was gone, just wasn't sure if it was fair or not, because CHSN's terrible camera coverage. He got all of it, about 5 rows deep. 1 out in the 8th, and we got, I don't know what that pitch was. I didn't see it. So busy showing it was about 5 rows deep over the Heineken signage. 1-0, grounded to second, up with it in time, over to first, 2 away. But the Sox pick up their 9th run on 11th hit of the afternoon. Again, the only innings they didn't score was the 4th and 5th. That'll bring up Curo, the switch-hitting designated hitter today. Change-up low, ball 1. He was originally supposed to be off today because I think Tauchman was going to DH, but they scratched Palacios late. In the air to right and caught for out number 3, but the Sox pick up another run on a solo shot by Benintendi. They take a 9-3 lead into the bottom of the 8th. All right. All right, let's check out the other scores again. Oh, wait. For the Mets, we have Vientos, the DH. Again, he hit the 3-run homer in the bottom of the 3rd. Then McNeil and Torrens. So 6, 7, 8. If anybody reaches, the 9th place hitter is Young, who pinch hit and stayed in the game at left. And they moved Nimmo from left to center. Let's check the pitcher. Will it be Vassell again? We'll see. He's already pitched 2 innings. All right. Get a quick refresh. We'll just check for some finals. Oh, we do have another final. All right, so earlier, the Rays beat the Twins 5-0 at home. Tigers hang on in Detroit to beat the Giants 4-3. And the Guardians beat the Dodgers 7-4. Those are the 3 finals. Braves, Phillies washed out. They'll try again tomorrow. Yeah, Sox don't have an off day after tomorrow. They play through June 8th. May 30th through June 8th, I believe. I'll have to check the rest of their schedule. All right, Vassell takes the mound. Sinker misses inside. Ball one. The hitter, Vientos, the DH, who's hit a 3-run homer in the third. 6 home runs, 21 RBI, 237 average. Fouls off a sweeper, 1-1. Sorry, wrong scoreboard. There we go. And we're back to showing the White Sox fan with the City Connect red jersey. It looks like the Chicago Bulls jersey. Sweeper fouled off. Chasing it by the dugout, and it's not in play. But 1-2. Oh, they're showing Benintendi, who just hit the... Man, Benintendi is 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs today. Just hit a solo shot to give the Sox a 6-run lead in the bottom of the 8th. Mets 1-2 to the first hitter. Vassell delivers. Sweeper on the ground to third. Up with it is Rojas. Over to Vargas. 1 away. G 5-3. Assist to the third baseman. Rojas put out, credited to Vargas. 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Mets down to their last 5 outs. Oh, man. That'll bring up a left-handed hitter, McNeil. Curve misses low, ball 1. 81 miles per hour. Torrens, the catcher, on deck. He has 3 walks today. Bounces a curve inside. 2-0. McNeil 0 for 2, but he has a walk today in the second. 233 average, 2 homers, 11 RBI. Number 1, playing second today. Sinker fouled off right side. 2-1, 94 miles per hour. 35 pitches for Vassell in relief. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to set down the water cup that hard. All right, 2-1 the count. Vassell delivers. Sweeper into right for at least a single. That's probably going to be a stand-up double off the wall. McNeil, stand-up double with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Mets pick up their 4th hit of the day in the bottom of the 8th. Second extra bases as Vientos had a 3-run homer for the Mets in the bottom of the 3rd to make it a 5-3 game. But now, then the Sox picked up 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. It's 9-3, 1 out, runner at second. And the hitter is Torrens, the catcher. No official at bat, 3 walks on the day. And he takes low and outside, ball 1. Oh, man. So on deck, unless they pinch hit, is Young, the left fielder, who pinch hit earlier for Taylor. Sinker fouled off. 1-1's the count. 1 out, runner at second. A 1-out double by McNeil. 275 average, 1 homer, 11 RBI for Torres, the catcher. Did he hold his swing? No, they call the home plate ump called a swing. No check swing. 1-2 the count. Pitch was low and outside. Catcher was going to appeal, but the ump called it a swing. Yeah, he went 3/4 of the way around. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed on a sweeper. They finally retire the catcher, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. Torrens finally makes an out. Nasty, 83, just a little low and just a little outside. Great pitch. And Vassal's thrown 40 pitches. Right-handed pitcher. Lefty batter is Young. Fouls off a sinker. Strike one. Oh for 1, strikeout in 6 for Young. Hitting .222 on the year, 967 OPS. 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. A four-seam, a little high. Strike 2, 95 miles per hour. Oh and 2, 2 outs. Runner at second. Vassal steps off the mound. Oh my gosh, this game is 2 hours and 51 minutes old. Vassal set. Here's the 0-2. Curve low. Oh, he called it on the swing. No appeal. Strike 3. And the side is retired. We head to the top of the 9th. Sox lead by 6. Looking for more. So the Mets pick up their 4th hit, a double, and leave him stranded. And thank you so much for watching along with me. If you're new and haven't already done so, please hit the like button on the video if you like what we do here, or dislike if you dislike. But consider hitting subscribe to Sinbin Stream. It'll help get us recommended by the YouTube algorithm. Much appreciated. All right, let's check back in on the baseball scoreboard. I'll hit refresh here. Let's just go through in progress, then we'll check the finals. In Milwaukee, Red Sox Brewers tied at 4. Brewers batting, bottom 9th. In Houston, A's lead 3-2. They are hitting in the top of the 7th. In Arizona, Pirates have a 1-0 lead. D-backs batting, bottom of the 2nd. Marlins, Padres coming up shortly. Then the rest of the action. Wait, really? I thought that game was... whatever. We'll go through the finals again. Dodgers losing Cleveland 7-4 to the Guardians. Tigers win at home in Detroit over the Giants 4-3. Rays at home 5-0 winners over the Twins. Braves, Phillies washed out. They'll make it up tomorrow. Here's what's coming up here on Sinbin Stream. Chicago Sky home game tomorrow night. Local television for me. If you have Amazon Prime, it will be there as well. And then a doubleheader for the WNBA Friday night. That's on Ion, free over the air, free streaming, I believe, as well, but don't quote me on that. I think it is, though. And then Sox again Saturday, game 2 against the Orioles. And then if the NHL doesn't go 6, Stars, Oilers, we'll have the Sky again. Then more White Sox. All right, relief pitcher change on the mound. Stanek, he throws high for ball 1. Hitter for the White Sox in the 9th is Lee, the catcher. He's 1 for 3, 2 runs scored. 4-seam in the air to right. Under it is that Soto for out number 1. Yeah, that's Soto in right. 2 pitches, 1 out for the Sox in the top of the 9th. And due up is Rojas, the third baseman. 1 for 4, a run scored and an RBI. Raises his average to 161. He had a double in the 7th. Stanek delivers a slider outside, ball 1. Stanek, a right-hander. Rojas, lefty hitter. Four seam. I thought it caught the outside low edge, outside corner, low outside corner, but it's ball 2. All right, Stanek is set. Here's the 2-0. Four seam in the popped up on the infield. Lindor is calling him off. Takes it in short left for out number 2. That'll bring up the 9 spot. Taylor, the center fielder today. He is 0 for 2 with an RBI sac fly, also a walk and a strikeout. Let's see, 9-11-0, 3-4-2. Yep. All right, 2 outs. Whoa, high. Catcher missed the ball, 1-0. I don't even know if he tipped it or not. Stanek, number 55 for the Mets. Long hair, mustache, a little bit of a beard and stubble. Kind of like a Van Dyke? This and this, because it's not connected in a goatee. At any rate, 2-0 is a count. 0 for 2, walk, sac fly, and RBI for Taylor. Four seam, foul ground, chasing it, and out of play. 2-1 is a count. Catcher and first base chased it. Bounces to the first row. I think the fan finally got it. And he hands it to a kid. So good for that Mets fan, and congrats to the kid who got a foul ball. Good sportsmanship. Me, I don't know. I probably keep it. I'll be honest. We've only ever gotten one in Major League. My dad got it, and then I think I've gotten one in a minor league game. Four seam, swung on and missed, 99, strike 2. I'll be perfectly honest. I have no shame or pride. All right. We have a 2-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on for the Sox with a 6-run lead. Batting here in the top of the 9th. Stanek in relief. Here's the pitch. Slider misses outside. I think the catcher wanted it. 3-2, full count. All right, Stanek is set. Here's the full count pitch. Ooh. He didn't offer at it. The catcher wanted a strike, but that was low for ball 4. I mean, there was nothing to appeal. He didn't offer at it. I don't know what the catcher was doing. Home plate ump never moved, so it was not a strike. All right, that'll bring up Chase Mydroth, who is 0 for 5 today. A ground out and 4 flyouts. Dropped his average to 280, 1 homer, 5 RBI. Righty against righty. First pitch, 4 seam, up in the zone, taken 97, strike 1. Come on, Chase, get out of this funk. I think he is 0 for the 3-game series. Just ended a 12-game hitting streak in May. Slider, that's definitely a strike. Strike 2, 89. Ooh, my knee. Umbrella out for a Mets fan. So hopefully we finish this up quickly here in the 9th before anything heavy hits. 0-2 pitch. 4 seam on the ground past the first baseman into right. Mydroth finally picks up a single. 1 for 6 at the plate. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. 12th hit of the game for the Sox. Sox looking to add insurance here. That'll bring up Tauchman, who's in right field. 2 for 4. Runs scored, 2 RBI, a walk, 2 strikeouts, 333 average, 974 OPS. Right-handy versus a lefty pitcher. Right-handed pitcher, lefty batter. Upstairs, 98, 4-seam, ball 1. And Tauchman was originally going to be the designated hitter, but they scratched Palacios late, put Tauchman in right, and Curo is the designated hitter. Low, 96, almost in the dirt, 2-0. Stanek quickly retired the first 2 hitters, but now the Sox... first and third. Apologies. not first and second. Tauchman fouls off a four-seam, 97 right down the middle of the plate, strike one. And Tauchman in was it the first had a 2 RBI double? Yeah, I think so. No, not in the first. Must have been the second. Apologies. I don't know. He had a 2 RBI double at any rate. Four seam swung on into right center, back, and the right fielder calls him off. Soto, that is out number 3. No runs for the Sox, but we head to the bottom of the ninth. The Sox have a 6-run lead. Mets coming to bat. And we've just passed the 3-hour mark at 3:01. So the game was super slow. The last couple innings have picked up the pace a little bit. All right, middle of the ninth. Sox have 9 runs on 12 hits, no errors on their defense. 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors on their defense for the Mets, and both those errors cost them runs. Canning gave up 5 runs, 3 earned, because it was back-to-back. It was a high throw by the third baseman, then a fielding error at second, and both those runners scored in that inning. We'll see who the Sox send out. Vassal's just worked 3 innings. Bullpen by committee in Chicago, or by the White Sox. And we have the top of the order due up for the Mets. Lindor, Nimmo, and Soto. Anybody reaches, Alonso. Mets, 3-run homer by the DH, Vientos, in the bottom of the third. Cut the lead to 5-3, but the Sox added 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. And they send out Miguel Castro, a sinker ball pitcher, number 60. He is 0-0, no record in 5 games, 6.75 ERA this year, 5 1/3 innings worked, 3 strikeouts, 1.69 WHIP. 10 years of service in the major leagues for Castro. So good job by Vassal for the Sox. 3 shutout innings pitched by him, 1 1/3 by Eisert. Shane Smith gave up 3 runs on 2 hits and 5 walks in 3 2/3. So good work. And the mistake was that 3-run homer. All right, Castro takes the mound. Top of the order for the Mets. Sinker right down the middle, taking 94 miles per hour, strike 1. Switch hitting hitter, Lindor. 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts, a pop out and a fly out, 270 average, 10 homers, 31 RBI on the season. Changeup way outside, 87, ball 1, evens the count. Castro, the tall right-hander, number 60. I think he's 6'7". Here's the pitch. Sinker fouled off, 94. Would have caught the low outside corner, strike 2. Sox on the fence with their hoodies on. Must be a light rain, I assume. Hopefully we can get these 3 outs quickly. Changeup fouled off, low, still 1-2 to Lindor. All right, 1-2 pitch. Castro delivers. Fouled off a changeup, 89. Still 1-2. Oh, man, this has been a long game. I'm not used to 3-hour games, baseball. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed on a sinker, 94 outside. 1 away in the bottom of the ninth. Beautiful pitch. Just a lot of lateral movement or side. This looked like it was right over the middle of the plate and it had late break to the outside. All right, Castro, the righty, works against Nimmo, the left-handed hitter. He's 2 for 3 today. Sinker 95, taken inside, ball 1. 2 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Scored on the 3-run homer by Vientos in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. Slider taken, strike 1, and evens the count. 2 singles, a walk, and a run. 8 homers, 27 RBIs, 225 average. The 1-1, low and inside, maybe in the dirt. New ball. Change up 2-1 now. That ball put out of play. All right, Castro is set. The righty in the windup. Here's the pitch. Slider, a lot of break. Did he swing? They didn't show the appeal, so I assume it's 3-1. Oh, come on, don't walk him, Castro. Soto on deck. Here's the 3-1. Sinker in there. Whoa. That was definitely a strike. Nimmo thought it was a ball. I don't know where he was going. That wasn't like borderline. That was in the zone. Not sure what he was looking at. 3-2 count, 4 seconds on the pitch clock. Here it is. Fouls off a sinker, low and outside. 94. We'll do it again. 12 pitches for Castro here in the bottom of the ninth. All right, Castro is set. 4 seconds, 3. Here's the pitch. Fouls off another sinker. Same spot. Just a little bit low, a little bit outside. All right. Oh, man. Bottom of the ninth. 6-run game. Nobody on. 1 out, but 3-2 to Nimmo, the second hitter in the inning, second in the Mets lineup. Sinker misses outside. Nimmo sprints to first. 1 out, 1 on. June 27th, Friday, after the game, post-game concert for Flo Rida. Get your tickets at whitesox.com/concert, presented by Coca-Cola. Why am I reading the sponsor? Everything was fine up till then. All right, that'll bring up Soto. He's 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Nimmo at first. Sinker taken. Strike 1, 95. Soto steps out. Now he's back in the box. 0 for 3. Walk in the third. 8 homers, 25 RBI on the season. Left-handed hitter against the righty pitcher. Changeup fouled off down the right field foul territory. Ball person scoops it up, runs it back in quickly. 0-2. And just thank you for watching. The views really help us out. If you're new here and you like what we do, hit the like button. Slider inside 83, misses ball 1. And please consider hitting the subscribe button to Sinbin Stream. It will help us with the YouTube algorithm, getting us recommended to more viewers. All right, 1-2 count, 1 away. Runner at first. Castro delivers. Changeup in the dirt. Oh, no, he fouled it off. Okay, my bad. Still 1-2. Yeah, that's why it was in the dirt, because he fouled it off. I thought he swung and missed. My mistake. Still 1-2. Must have just gotten a piece of it. I don't know. I couldn't tell. All right, 1-2 pitch on the way. Changeup on the ground. Second or first base throws to the pitcher who falls down, but he covers the bag. Hopefully he's not injured. 2 away. Uh-oh. Castro's getting up slow. Hope the big righty-hander is okay. So the runner's at second. Yeah, Castro's hurt. Oh, no. I think we're going to have a trainer visit. Vargas' throw was a little high, but Castro got it, and he had trouble finding the bag. And when he looked down, I think he misstepped. His left foot slipped. His right foot might have got caught by the bag. I think it's his right knee. Apologies, stuttering over the words. So I think he's going to have to leave the game, unfortunately. Oh, it's too bad. Hope he's all right. He's trying to walk it off, but he's having trouble stepping on that right leg. I think he's going to get help to the... it's too bad. Hope he's all right. So the Sox are going to have to make another call to the bullpen. And good sportsmanship. I think Nimmo came over from second to pat him on the back and wish him well. Both trainers helping him off, arms over the shoulders, and he's barely putting any weight on that right knee. It's too bad. He is slowly moving to the dugout, or the clubhouse, I should say. It's too bad. He was starting to pitch well. Sox need good arms in the bullpen. The offense hasn't been the problem today for once. They've gotten 12 hits and 9 runs. And 46 is on. So we got a pitching change in the bottom of the ninth. It's too bad. All right. So Sox have 2 outs. There's a runner at second, but we got a pitcher change. MLB didn't indicate it. If I could figure it out, it's a righty number. I think it's Wilson. Nope. He's 36. Sorry. Oh, wait. I think I have the wrong Wilson. Yeah, it's Bryce Wilson, number 46. 15 games, 0-2 record, 5.84 earned run average, 37 innings pitched, 23 strikeouts, 1.78 whip. Number 46, another righty, comes on in the game. He'll get as many pitches as he needs to warm up. Yeah, I just clicked on the wrong Wilson. So no indication here by MLB, but that's who was taking the mound already before CHSN went to commercial. So the batter will be Pete Alonso, hitting cleanup, first baseman, 0 for 3 and a strikeout. 286 average, 922 OPS. He's got a runner in scoring position at second. I think it was a walk, and then we just had a fielder's choice. Or no, a ground out. It advanced the runner to second. Yeah, Lindor struck out to start the inning. Nimmo walked. Then Soto grounded to the first baseman who threw to the pitcher who injured himself stepping on the bag or touching the bag. No. Vargas fielded it. Toss was okay, a little high, but then the righty Castro slipped a little bit with his left leg, and he injured his right knee, I believe, as he stepped on the bag for the second out of the inning. I don't know why MLB still hasn't taken Castro out of the game. It was clear who it was. All right, almost back, and here's a reminder of the games coming up here on Sinbin Stream. Oh, 3-4-2 in the game. Sox didn't score in the 4th, the 5th, and the 9th. They scored 1 or 2 in the other 6 innings of the game. 3-run homer for the Mets is all their offense has to show for. It is Bryce Wilson. Yeah, 46. I was able to get it. He's in the game. Looks like he's set to face Alonso. Checks Nimmo at second. Here's the pitch. A curveball into left center. That'll score a run. Probably a stand-up double for the Mets. That closes the book on Castro, who gives up a run. 17th double for Pete Alonso and an RBI. 5th hit of the game, 4 runs for the Mets. All right, that'll bring up fifth place hitting Beatty, the third baseman, 0 for 3, a run scored, 2 strikeouts. Left-handed hitter, righty pitcher. First pitch misses high and outside, 91, ball 1. All right, Wilson, a righty. Number 46, he's set. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Four seam, 92, outside. 2-0. 2 outs. Runner at second. 2-0 count. Beatty 0 for 3, but he was hit by a pitch as well. Wilson checks Alonso at second. Delivers high and outside. Four seam, 92, 3-0. Oh, it's too bad Castro got injured. He was throwing well. He gave up a walk. And then got a strikeout and a ground out to advance the runner to second. But 3-0. Four seam, catches the outside edge of the plate. 92, taken. Strike 1. Uh-oh, I wonder if they have an update on Castro. Yeah, I missed it. I think they gave an update on Castro. Four seam, outside edge of the plate. Beatty thought it was ball 4. 3-2. That was a strike all the way. Full count, 2 outs. Mets down to their last strike. Runner at second, trailing by 5 in the bottom of the 9th. Wilson set. Here's the full count, high and outside, not even close, ball 4. That'll bring up Vientos, who has the only 3 RBIs, or 3 of the 4 RBIs for the Mets today on a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 3rd. Sox bullpen always got to make it interesting. All right, right-handed hitter, Vientos, the DH. Wilson is set. First pitch. Upstairs, cutter, 88, ball 1. Oh, my gosh. 1 for 4, 3-run homer in the second. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, 92-mile-per-hour four-seam, strike 1. All right, here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, 82-mile-per-hour on a great-looking curveball. Mets down to their last strike once again, trailing by 5. 2 runners on, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, 1-2 count. The pitch swung on and missed on a curveball, strike 3, and a White Sox winner. They avoid the sweep and take game 3 of the 3-game set. So 9 runs, 12 hits for the Sox. No errors on their defense. 4 runs, 5 hits. Mets offense. 2 runs that were cost, or 2 errors on their defense, which both scored, and that'll do it. At just under 3 hours and 20 minutes, about 3:19. We'll give a little bit of a wrap up here quickly. White Sox 9. It's 4, and the final score. All right. Again, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Please, if you like what we do here, hit the like button and subscribe to Sin Bin Stream on YouTube. Helps get us recommended to other YouTube viewers on the algorithm. All right. While we check, let me update we'll look at the box. I'm going to update the records real quick before I put that graphic up. Hold the phone 1 second. Okay, here we go. Apologies. Trying to get the right graphic up. So the Sox get back to 20 under 500. I know Doesn't sound like a lot, but they were 7-23 through March and April in their first 30 games. That makes them 11-15 in the month of May. They break a 3-game losing streak. And the Mets dropped to 34-22 on the season. 18-38, 34-22. All right, so I'll put that up while we go through the box score. You can see which innings more clearly in the record. All right, so in relief, Izard picks up the win to improve to 2-0. Vassell with a hold. And hopefully Castro's all right after injuring his right knee. I didn't catch the update. And Canning picks up the loss. He's now 5-2. That'll do it for me. And just a quick reminder what's coming up this week later here for Sin Bin Stream. And I'll put my socials up briefly. All right, thanks for watching. Sox win 9-4, and they get an off day before they play Friday through the following Sunday. No off day next Monday or Thursday for the Sox. That'll do it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon, whether it's for basketball over the next 2 days or for baseball over the weekend or next week. And we will get back to UFL in the playoffs. Haven't done any games in week 9 or 10. Thanks for watching. Until next time, Sin Bin Stream signing out. Take care. Until next time, bye-bye.